Hey guys, this is DJ here. Just letting you know that we did notice that my mic wasn't on for the podcast. So my voice may be a bit further away than everyone else on the podcast. So that's just a heads up there. But with that being said, let's jump into Spider-Man 2002. What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, my sister, Davina.
What's up, what's up?
And my friend, Dan.
What's going on?
This time, we're
You
going
have a lot
back.
of sisters.
Huh?
So you have a lot of sisters.
He did.
Yeah.
Every week you have a different sister on.
You know, my parents just liked having girls.
Papa was a
Oh,
rolling stone.
Papa was the Rolling Stone.
Oh, man.
Fitting.
he listens to this. So.
Oh, yeah. So,
No, you weren't.
Papa.
You weren't a Rolling Stone.
Oh, no, wait. Nope. That's actually even worse. I'm not even going to say
all right. So,
it. Moving on.
this week, moving on. This week, we are going back into the past to talk about Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man in 2002 with Tobey Maguire.
This is
Directed
our
by-
Spider-Man.
Yes. I realized that I was 12 years old. Oh, wait, that lets them know how old.
Good job, DJ. Good job.
Way to go.
I was 12 years old when this
We
movie
can bleep that out later. We'll just change your age to like 5 or something.
Yeah, I was
Yeah. I was 5 years old when this movie came out.
when this came out, so I'm like, wow, that was a long time ago. My gosh.
Yes.
I remember. I'm junior high
My
school.
dad took me to see this movie.
Definitely. So we decided to take a look at it, see how it stands up in 2022. CGI definitely doesn't.
Oh,
Just like that.
oh, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great. Like even the set pieces look like, man, they're definitely on a stage here.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, like
wasn't-
when Macy they did that Macy Gray thing,
Yeah.
and he was attacking in the bridge or the balcony or
the
whatever.
balcony, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that and yeah.
Green screens were definitely noticeable.
Oh yeah,
my God.
yeah.
Like I swear, people were
um,
carting away the screens as the movie was going.
when Mary Jane was falling off the balcony, it looked like a high school play.
Yes, I'm like,
Man, that's a high budget.
okay.
But like I was like, man, they're definitely on the stage here. There was just so much. Or like when he flies MJ and they're like in that courtyard or whatever, and I'm like, that is all green screen because it was shot in LA and not New York, and you can tell.
Oh, when they landed after the little
Yeah.
shindig,
New
yeah.
York?
Everything's expensive in New York. I would say yeah.
Yeah,
But
true
wait
that,
a minute,
true
more
that.
than LA though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
True.
yeah. When you mention it,
Yeah.
They probably didn't think they're like, oh, let's shoot in New York.
Or could have shot in Cleveland.
Ohio,
Man.
You definitely
we
have
have
to
the
CGI some
lowest
tall
prices in the
buildings.
industry. No, just shoot from down and up.
Maybe that's why Spider-Man 2 looked better because they shot in Chicago, didn't they?
I think yes.
That's why they had an elevator rail, which is not New York.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
wait, isn't part of the L train elevated?
elevated?
That goes
Is it?
past Yankee Stadium. Is that the L train or the D train?
Man, I want to live in New York.
No, the
I
L
don't
train
know.
is Chicago.
I have no idea.
But there's a train that passes Yankee Stadium above ground. I don't think it stays above ground a lot, but
She would know that. It's the Yankees.
Yeah, true.
I think I don't know where train it is, but there is a train.
Yankee trivia involves anything
Yeah.
in and or around the Yankee Stadium.
All right, so Spider-Man, I don't know. I was quoting this movie throughout watching it.
Entire movie.
Yeah, my 6-year-old, I guess, don't like plot, so he barely watched the movie.
But I mean, I feel like it would entertain.
It was. I mean, the beginning set up a lot, which was entertaining to me. But you know,
Well,
what's happening
it
for
took
him.
nearly an hour for Spider-Man to show up. So
I did
Okay, are we
notice that. I was like, it takes a
counting
while for him to get
counting
Spider-Man.
his actual uniform, or just when he first put that little pajama outfit together?
Oh yeah, that is sooner.
I don't know.
That is sooner.
I think that was sooner. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say honestly, watching it this time, I really believe that I've only seen this movie once
Really?
in theaters.
Oh,
And
well, that's why she wasn't.
Yeah,
quoted.
I guess not. You can't quote it if you
I
only watched it
wasn't
once.
right. And my movie experience was not that great because I think I had gotten new glasses or something, but this prescription was wrong, so I couldn't really see.
Oh wow.
So
That sucks.
yeah, so I remember being in theater, not really seeing the screen.
Even that big?
Oh My eyesight is bad.
Her eyesight's
It's
terrible.
really bad.
Wow, sweetheart, I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
Thought mine was bad.
you should, because I cannot see a foot in front
Like
of me.
mine is bad, but hers is worse.
I'm gonna say mine is bad, but I guess you guys are probably worse than both of them.
It's really
I'm
bad.
looking at your glasses, and I can tell that it is not as bad.
Well, they went up like 2 or 3 clicks since the last time. Worry about my blood sugar now. But anyway, that's not for you guys to worry about. Dan is okay.
I'm like, oh, what's your prescription?
It's like a 4,
Oh, you ain't.
3s. Y'all in
You
the double
ain't.
digits? Is that a thing?
I don't
Oh, yeah.
remember. I haven't got a new
That's right.
prescription in a while.
My eyesight is so bad. I am almost blind enough for the government to start paying for my glasses.
Oh my God.
I am one number away for the government to be like, you are too blind to pay for this yourself.
You don't overpay because you can't see. That's
how-
bad, man.
That's how bad my eyesight is.
Wow. Okay, well
So-
I'm not there.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Four,
I mean,
fours. I will.
technically, I can't
kill for a
get
four.
around without my glasses on. I feel like that should be bad enough.
I can actually still drive, but it's like I don't see cars, I just see shapes.
Oh, I driven.
I remember.
I got home.
I need you to not do that again.
Trying that once, and I was like, "Oh no, this is not." I know, audience. You're like, "When are we going to talk about Spider-Man?" We will.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, remember when Peter Parker took his glasses off
That's true. This is right.
and put them back on?
Well,
This
but-
is relevant.
The point for me bringing that up is I was at the theater not being able to see the screen, and I believe that is the only time I've seen this movie. And you
So
guys are
that
like,
took away from your
it
enjoyment.
probably did. So, but watching it now, honestly, I didn't enjoy it that much.
Really,
Really.
I enjoyed it probably equally as much as all
I,
the times.
I,
I've seen
I
it.
think so, yeah. 'Cause, like it took me
Yeah.
back for one thing.
Yeah.
Like took me back because like this was like the first like live action Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like the first time we actually seeing a real deal
Yeah.
Spider-Man swinging through really
How
New York
was
City.
that, whatever 70s.
Well, you know,
It was a TV
come
show, I
on,
think.
man.
Yeah, it was the TV show.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, screw that. On this one. So like it was kind of mind blowing. And my dad's favorite superhero is Spider-Man. So even him watching the movie, I think he was like blown away by it. So if you can impress my dad,
Well,
you're doing pretty good.
I was
for what it is.
for what it is, it's great. Like
Yeah.
for the first time, and we'll talk about this a little bit more during movie facts. It's like this was a gamble for them, right? Like people didn't think superhero movies is not going to work. How we going to and like so they really did a lot. And even though it doesn't really hold up well, they definitely took the steps forward and kind of set up for the superhero movies we have now.
Yeah, they always name this movie and the first X-Men, which came out 2 years before this, as the catalyst for what we have now. Yeah, remember Kevin Feige worked on these movies. The first X-Men movie, I believe he worked on this one too. So like, yeah, these actually are the catalyst for like the MCU that we have now. I know we've had superhero movies before. You know, Batman. You had Superman. You've had Blade and whatever.
But see, Blade kind of set everything off, right? Even though it wasn't really advertised as a superhero movie, I think that kind of let the directors and studio know so that hey, a superhero movie can be successful, and we
Blade
can.
was very popular when it came out.
It was.
Like people loved that.
It was. So I think that kind of gave them the courage to say, what if we did some more stuff? You started with X-Men, and honestly, I don't know if a lot of people's gonna agree. I like X-Men better than this movie.
Well, yeah, I don't.
I think X-Men
I think the
holds
general
up better too.
General consensus.
Okay.
I think it is that X-Men is the better of the two movies. If I'm looking at, I don't know, plot wise, I think Spider-Man's probably better plot than X-Men. X-Men's
X-Men.
plot, when you really look at it, kind of dumb.
No, you're right. I think Spider-Man has a better story to it.
Yeah.
I think X-Men is the better movie.
Okay, I could get with that. Although there was when Toad was like jumping around, you could see the cable attached to the back of his pants. I was like,
It was a lot of work back then.
it was bad though. Like I remember I paused it to like go to the bathroom or something, and I came back like, wait a minute, is this like the extras or something?
The DVD that got stuck when Mystique was in the helicopter beating up the dude.
Yeah.
I was mad. What was wrong with that DVD? Like brand new. when you watch it, it gets stuck on that scene, and then you have to skip to the next scene in order to continue watching the
Yeah,
movie.
it just I don't know. There was like a little scratch right there at that spot or whatever. But yeah,
That's
it
the
gets
thing
stuck
about
there,
discs.
and then you had to be like, all right, forward scene, and you just missed 5 minutes.
That sucks because Mystique was like one of the best parts of that movie.
She was so.
She was cold.
I don't know how you go from there to Jennifer Lawrence.
Well,
I knew it. I knew that was
we'll
coming.
talk about that eventually.
Oh yes.
But okay, so we talked about story wise, it's better. As an origin story, I think this is great. Like it,
Absolutely.
you know, you start off with Peter Parker, you establish him being, you know, kind of hated in his school, which I found weird in this movie. Like we know Andrew Garfield, it was kind of like, you're definitely not a nerd. Please stop.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland works better, but it's more modern, so it's less of him being like super
Right,
cool.
he's more awkward or whatever. Yeah.
But this it does feel a little bit weird with like him. First of all, bus driver. Why is the bus driver
Okay,
eating?
that's what I was gonna say. Because they showed the bus driver and they showed him smirking and laughing when like Peter was chasing the bus.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, are you an adult? Or are you just
like,
as
why
bad
are
as these
you
kids?
also a bully?
Yeah, like why does Mary Jane have to come up and tell you, hey, he's been chasing the bus since
Yeah,
such and
I
such?
see him worse than any of the other nerds at the school. I'm confused.
Right. Yeah, why is
I
he?
think they kind of took the bullying. Like, okay, we get Peter Parker is like an outcast and gets picked on, but I think for this movie they definitely took it up a notch. Like, this is like even the nerdy kid was like, you can't sit next to
Yeah, the
me.
nerdy girl.
Yeah.
I would have
Like,
been like,
girl.
you better move your behind over.
Like, we in the same group. Like stop
Right.
playing these games.
We in the same
And then-
chess club.
And then the bus. Okay, so the first scene it opens up and he's chasing after the bus. But there was a scene where Mary Jane hops into that Mustang.
Yeah.
And then he had to chase after the bus. The bus never stopped at the bus
The
stop.
bus knew he was right there.
It didn't
Right.
stop at the
We
bus
definitely
stop.
noticed that when we watched.
Right.
I was like,
I'm like,
hold on.
Come
you
on,
have
dog.
to stop.
right. I'm like, this is your job. Like, what if something happens to this kid? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This
You're
is on
liable
you.
for that.
Yeah,
This
this is on you.
kid, everybody's 30 in this movie.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you know,
Besides that, everyone in this school is grown.
but they're supposed to be in school still. So
I mean,
therefore,
like, I would, even though Andrew Garfield was older, I better believe him and Emma Stone.
Well,
as
The
the
crazy
student.
thing is Kristen Dunst was actually 19, so she was the only one close to being in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
But she looked 30,
She
so it
still
didn't
looked
matter.
older, Yeah.
he did look older.
She fit in with the rest of them. Maybe
Yeah.
it's because she was surrounded by.
Nah, she didn't
So,
look
like-
19.
Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that on here.
It was funny. We had that scene where Christian Dunst was like, "They told me I needed acting lessons." Yes, you do.
Who told you that? Sam Raimi?
Okay, so I was gonna bring this up. Did you guys like her as MJ? Because
No.
I did
No,
not.
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right. I thought like maybe I was just
I'm
being
sorry,
extra mean.
Zendaya's a much better Mary Jane, even though her Mary Jane is not like Mary Jane
The,
from the comics.
the
So-
typical, yeah.
It's still like
Who would you would have wanted as MJ?
In place of Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Around that
Anybody?
time?
talking about when I was 12. I don't
Yeah,
know.
around that time, it's
Oh.
hard to say.
Yeah, like I guess we gotta pick somebody now because back then I wasn't really thinking of anybody.
I mean, I know Emma Stone wasn't Mary Jane, but I think she did excellent as the love.
I was thinking of Bryce Dallas Howard, who ended up in the later series, but I think she'd have made a good Mary Jane.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she would have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't
Alright,
that her
you mentioned
Mary
yeah.
Jane?
Yeah,
Yes.
her is right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had her play
she was.
Gwen
not-
Stacy.
Was
yeah.
she going? Yeah,
She
yeah,
was Gwen Stacy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
Bryce
great.
Dallas Howard, you're right.
I think-
Bryce Dallas Howard would be great.
So yeah, so back then I don't know, it was kind of who was out there 20 years ago. Honestly, a no name person would have been kind of great.
They do that a lot more nowadays
Yeah,
than they did back then. Back then, you needed like, come on, Spider-Man was going to be what what's his
so I have on my list
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So that's on my
No,
list. So
absolutely not.
so
He is
listen,
too cool.
Let's not like that's what I'm saying. No one's picking on Leonardo DiCaprio.
No,
You're just not
no.
doing it.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that.
Just especially like back then. Okay, so he would have been coming fresh off of Titanic. No one's picking on
there's
him.
no way.
Even though he would have definitely looked younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just he's not a kid that gets picked on.
yeah. Like he don't carry that look. He don't carry that vibe.
Nah.
He's got too much.
He has a-
swagger.
I'm gonna say like he has a confident look.
Yeah, so like just looking at him, you be
Yeah,
like,
like the
nah.
way he carries himself is just not happening. And then he's just
No, Tobey Maguire.
Pretty
pulled
people don't
off
get
the
picked on.
awkward, you know.
Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did
Yeah.
pull that off. I was gonna say, like, he plays a good nerd. I don't like not to bring him down or anything, but
No, I
Yeah,
but like he has to look
played other
for
things, like he's
Yeah.
a good actor. Is,
Yeah.
but he definitely played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Although I have to say, because Spider-Man is supposed to talk, right? Like he
Mhm.
never stops talking.
Mhm.
Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland definitely does that way better.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I don't think they really focused on that part of Spider-Man in this movie. This movie was more about the relationships and stuff, and less about like the Spider-Man-ness of him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true. Like Spider-Man's relationship with Harry, with Norman, with
his
Mary Jane, with
his grandfather.
Uncle Ben,
Uncle Ben.
and his Aunt May. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
was
it
definitely
was
more
more like
about the
that.
relationships.
Yeah. Which was good. They did a lot of establishing the relationships between the characters and stuff. I thought that, to me, worked out really well. That's why I think the movie stands up. Like, not
technology wise or
Yeah.
technologically.
there we go.
Yeah,
That worked.
yeah.
Not in that area, but like as far as plot goes, I think they did an excellent job establishing the characters, establishing the relationships, and tying that into the conflict of the story. Because the biggest part of the conflict was that it was Peter and Norman,
Mhm.
which had a connection, you know, and that's why eventually, you know, Norman starts going after, once he finds out it's Peter, going after people that Peter loves, you know.
Then he finally put that together. But Aunt May was like, "Yeah, everybody knows that, you know."
Yeah.
They were like, every.
Everybody knows.
Okay, anyway, so but yeah, she's like, yeah, everybody knows. So Peter's probably like, oh man, everybody knows. So including Green Goblin. So you know, there's your issue. He knows who you are, so he knows where your heart is.
Costume department. Who made the decision to put a helmet on him? Why?
It's a helmet, doesn't he?
No.
You
He
said
has
what
a
happened?
mask in the comic books. But we did not need a helmet. That helmet looked dumb.
Well,
Darren, the whole thing looks dumb.
that's true.
yeah, I'm like, why would this be used like in the military? Like, what? Why?
Why would that be used?
It's like a Halloween looking.
So you
the
don't.
people that got
Yeah.
outfit by Quest or whatever, their exoskeleton suit or whatever.
That was horrible.
That was worse than the Goblin.
Well, I thought it was so weird. They're
What,
like,
man?
your science experiment is taking too long. I'm like, it's an experiment. It takes trial and error. Like, who acts like this?
Besides that, why do you have it out for Norman Osborn? Like, what
Right.
happened with y'all back in the day?
You're
Did he
like,
steal
yeah.
your high school girlfriend or something?
You're like, why are you such a hater?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, back the formula. We're going to give your contract to them. I'm like, you can't because we have a contract. And if I'm working on it,
that.
like, you're
True
like,
that.
how you just going to be like, we're just going to take our fun away, give these people with their stupid little space suit or whatever. I'm like, Norman's thing was better.
And why do you solely
What's better?
have the power to do that?
Norman made a super soldier.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
took away
like the
stupid
human.
glider and stuff.
Yeah, like the human
Like,
himself
that's Captain
was strong.
America, right?
Yeah.
Besides it making him insane.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, okay, if you know, okay, there's like, hey, one trial. First of all, how do you can tell if a rat went insane or not?
I was thinking that when he said and
Yeah, he did say
I was
insanity.
like,
An
how
insane
do you
rat.
know the
And a
You can tell that he's violent and stuff and irritable, but insane?
That is true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But
when
I
you
just
said
feel like, to me, that sounds
Was
like,
the rat
okay.
talking to himself?
But I feel like it was like, okay, you guys are close. Like, I don't, to me, that doesn't seem like why this
going
guy.
back to formula didn't seem like it was that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to relook at the formula and try to address
Yeah,
the
like we're
issues.
close to the result that we want. We'll
Mm-hmm.
just make a few tweaks here and there. That's kind of how science works.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. And then it's like, oh, your whole company's gonna go up. I'm like, is that the only
Yeah,
contract
that's the
y'all
only thing
got?
you guys have going on.
Doesn't make
all
any
this time.
sense. Yeah.
I kind
And
of feel
then,
Norman, though, with them, like, selling the
Look,
company.
and not telling them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I gotta resign within 30 days, but you didn't tell me.
See, I got a question about that, right? If my name is on the door,
On the
how
door,
do you
yeah.
let the board have more shares
I'm
to
like-
you?
Yeah, he should not have done
Yeah,
that.
like, I'm like-
Yeah, why would you do that?
But
Yeah.
he didn't have the majority shares.
No more
Why would
Osborns
you-
in the room.
Your name is on the door.
You 51% of them
Exactly.
shares are yours.
Exactly. Like, you
Always.
should always have more shares so you can never get voted out like that. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
didn't.
That wasn't smart on Norman's part.
I was like, boy, you ain't
No.
got a lawyer?
Yeah, like to the point where they can boot you out without telling you
Exactly.
and force you to resign
Yeah.
and sell the company.
Yeah, that was crazy to me.
No say so from you.
And then, you did all that for one, I'm going to put bad in quotation marks, experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, aren't you a research company? Like, this is what you do.
Yeah, y'all should be used to.
Like, science is failure.
Yeah, honestly, you fail most of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you don't, how would you like? You can't get it right all the time. Like that doesn't. Make
I mean,
any
exactly.
sense.
Like
Right.
you fail and see like, okay, the 1,000th time this is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it works.
I would think so.
But I have to
But-
say, throughout this, Willem Dafoe, man,
I know he was
Oh,
excellent.
he hard.
he
was
kills it.
excellent.
Yeah, I
all the
mean,
time, man.
he hard, man.
Even
Like
with
it
the
with
cheesiness
the
of
yeah, but like when he was in the when he went home and he was like talking to himself in the mirror, like walking up to the mirror with the paper and then like going back and forth between the personalities. I'm like, man, this dude is he's awesome, man.
Goblin voice and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely perfect guy, perfect face too.
He does make
Like
it,
I
he
mean,
makes his face.
not like that, but like
even
the
in that
faces he
scene-
made.
even
Oh, okay.
in
Okay.
that scene, we were talking about that. The acting that he did with his facial expression was like 100%. Like that was awesome.
Yeah, it was cold, man.
Well, this movie, outside of one person, I thought was well acted.
I bet I know who that one redheaded person was.
Yeah, I thought it was well acted. I thought James Franco, who I'm honestly not a super duper fan of, but I thought he was pretty good at as Harry. Tobey Maguire was
He did
good.
through all three of them, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
The
the third one.
Look, I hate that movie, but man, there's some really funny parts in that, especially between Toby and James Franco.
Yeah, and then I mean
A Spider-Man comedy.
J.K. Simmons as J.J. Jones.
Always.
No other people.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
No
yeah.
other people can
There's nobody else that could do that.
like
He looks like him. He sounds like him. He like carries that personality of
Maybe
him.
it's because it's since I was 12 or whatever, but that when I think of Jameson, that is Jameson.
Yeah.
You know? That's
100%.
Jameson.
Like even like in the cartoons, from the cartoons to the movie, it's like
It's the same person.
exactly the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. They nailed it.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Crap.
Mega
Mega
crap. Give me 200 for it. I'm like, I'll take him somewhere else. I'm like, sit down, give me that back. And then the first scene when he was like arguing about why was Spider-Man on the first page and the dude came in. He was like, we got such stuff going. He's like, we got a first page problem. Shut up. I'm like, this is who y'all work for, man. This sucks. But dude did mention Eddie Brock.
Yeah, he did.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
mentioned Eddie. He was like,
Yeah,
Eddie's been all over, but he
yeah.
can't get a good picture of him. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Do you know what else I noticed? Is when the Goblin came in and was asking JJ, whatever his name is, who takes the pictures, he did not give Peter up.
No,
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
Jameson's not a bad person.
Like, he's a jerk, but he's not awful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's not a bad person,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason, you know what? I don't even think he actually hates Spider-Man. It's he can gain
Can
something
gain, yeah.
from hating Spider-Man.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the same in the MCU version or not. But like it's
Well,
it's
it's
kind
just
of that
what's
kind
going to
of-
sell more papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, controversy or
Yeah.
we all like it.
Honestly, negative gets more clicks, right?
That's how media is, no matter where you look at it. The
Indeed.
paper, on YouTube, with the TV news,
Yeah.
people gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it is what it is.
He's capitalizing on that.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
clickbaiting with
Newspapers. Quarter baiting. You can't put the little quarter in the machine.
Quarter bait. You gotta buy it. Yeah, quarter baiting.
I was thinking, talk about newspapers. I was looking at that. Uncle Ben was talking about like the job listings in the newspaper. I was like, oh, so people look for jobs back then.
Oh, I'm thinking when he said that, I'm like, man, older people like really narrate their lives. Like when they get up, like, all right, I'm gonna head to the bathroom now. All right, it's running. Just gonna flush and wash my hands. All right, coming back in. Like they really like narrate every step of their lives. I don't know if it's subconsciously or what.
All right. So speaking of Uncle Ben and Aunt May, so we have to talk about Peter's first transition into Spider-Man after he got bit and started getting powers. They were tripping hard. Like, okay,
You think they were?
yeah, no, look at this. It was one day. He missed one chore. He still took the trash out that night.
He was supposed to paint the kitchen.
Okay, but
And there was no reason for him to be late.
no, I know.
Wait.
He messed
Oh,
up.
that day.
Yeah,
That was
yes.
that day when he got in that fight.
But he's
Okay.
also a teenager, so
Uh-huh.
you know,
Excuse me, if
and
I
before,
asked you to
like,
paint
you're all
the
like, we
kitchen-
gotta talk to Peter because something
Okay,
is wrong.
no,
man.
oh no.
This
First of all,
way.
I think to me, I feel like there was a gap in time here that we
Was there?
didn't
I
see.
don't know.
I think there was a gap in time here that we didn't see. Like we
Okay.
see the missing kitchen paint, which by the way, there was no reason for that whatsoever.
Well, yeah,
Paint the
He
kitchen.
was swinging at Spider-Man.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
you
man,
really.
you left school at lunch and didn't
That's
get
what I'm
home
saying.
till
Like,
dark.
you cut school. Why is it 8:00 and you just not here?
Yeah, nobody's saying anything about that
Yeah.
Nobody talking about him cutting school.
at all.
Yeah. I'm like, so
Also,
what
he
you
got
doing
mad
all
at
day?
Martin for that fight. I was like, he could not run
Right.
because he was surrounded.
Mhm.
Dude was not going to stop. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, like-
Punched in the face?
He's like, you sure finished it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I did.
Not to get beat up.
You want me to be finished? I mean, what do you want me to do, though?
He had no other option. He literally
Had no other options. He had no other options.
I wish this thing had a pause button.
Why?
It's like
You
it's like how I really feel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 3D Rivals After Dark.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later.
Tune in.
The aftercast.
The aftercast. Yeah, so I think there was a period of time there. Like, I felt like this movie stretched months, and I think this was more than just Peter being tardy for one day, and they decided, oh, we need to talk to him.
Okay, because it definitely seemed like
It-
that.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just that one thing.
And I'm like,
No,
well,
I think this was.
I get he should have painted it, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, we weren't going to talk about painting the kitchen. Like, first of all, they're like 80 years old.
Yeah.
So if I tell you to paint this kitchen, you're going to paint this
I
kitchen.
mean, yeah, he should have. I'm
Yeah,
not saying,
yeah.
I'm not
In the
saying
kitchen-
he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he was
Isn't
definitely
big. Like, bro.
It's not. A couple cabinets in it.
Yeah, and the cabinets are in the
Tiles,
way. It
yeah.
wouldn't have took long.
Actually,
Yeah.
painting our kitchen
A
was.
breeze. Another gripe I have, I don't know if I should say this for nitpicks or not,
Okay.
but you go on a field trip, you realize that there's a spider missing out of the box.
Save it.
Okay.
Save it.
All right,
I
I'll
wrote
wait.
it down. We gonna save it.
Okay, I'll wait. But more on that later.
The super spiders that they made.
Yeah.
This is why you don't genetically engineer. Look, stop it. Stop scientists if you're listening.
They're not going to stop.
Stop it.
Like, we have something to gain on here
It
monetarily.
always ends badly. Stop it.
Yeah, it does always end badly. But, you know, whatever. But I definitely have a gripe on that later. So where were we at?
Well, you know, he goes to the wrestling match with Bonesaw.
Mhm.
Bonesaw is ready. Which is Macho Man Randy.
Randy
Yes,
Savage?
it was
Yeah.
Randy Savage. Yeah.
You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes of
Jeez. I'm like, this is weird. I'm definitely going to stay on the top of that cage, too.
Ah, man. And then he called himself the human spider.
Yeah, that was bad.
So
So
bad.
they helped him out on that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, I don't know. If I was Spider-Man, I might have let that guy go, too.
Yeah, but like the cops, like, what are you crazy? You let him get away. I'm like, dog, he has a
I'm
gun.
supposed to stop you?
Yeah, like
He has a gun.
Supposed to stop a bad guy.
exactly.
Right.
That's your job.
Yeah, they didn't know that he was a superhero.
Yeah.
They just
No.
like, okay, you want a
Yeah,
wrestling
like,
match, whatever.
how did you let him go? I'm like, because if
he
I
has
was,
a gun.
if I didn't have powers, I've just been like,
Yeah, that dude has
Go ahead. Yeah, right. Right.
I'm not
He
engaging him.
shoots me, yeah.
Like, think about it. Engaging him is probably how Ben died, right? Because he
Yeah.
got carjacked or
I
whatever.
want to talk about that.
Mhm.
And okay, and so you know what I mean? Like, it's not his job. Now, was Spider-Man being a jerk? Yes.
Yeah. Would I have been a jerk too? Yes.
Yes. I mean, what was it? I forgot.
Oh, you forgot where?
I missed the part where that's
yeah,
my
Mr.
problem.
But that was my problem. Yeah.
I missed the part where that's my job.
I quoted that too.
I would have said the same thing.
I definitely would have.
Oh, well, yeah, he got away with yours.
Your money? Oh man, you emphasize that. You realize now he's getting away with my money. I missed the part where that's my problem.
Since you shorted me
Right,
$2,900.
$2,900, 2 minutes, $3,000 for 3 minutes. So I should have got $2,000 then.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. I mean, by your math, right?
Yeah, but mama have $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to play that game, then I still should be walking away with $2,000.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay,
To be honest,
I'll
if
take
I
that.
was Spider-Man, I would have
Just take the money.
Weld them up.
Yeah, like I would have just took
I'm like,
the money.
You just saw me take out your.
I'm like, yeah, your boy.
You gonna give me $2,000?
Yeah, nah, I would have just took the money.
Right.
But you wanted to talk about Uncle Ben?
Okay.
Wait, you talking about it from this movie or from what we know now? Seeing as how we saw the other two movies. Okay.
Either way, it doesn't even matter for what I'm about to say.
Okay.
I get there was only police there. But why is no one administering first aid to the man bleeding out on the ground?
You heard the cop. Oh, we called the paramedics. Oh, So you call the paramedics, so everything's all good now. Yeah, right.
Block the crowd.
Like, it's cool. We called the paramedics, though. Everything's cool.
Wounds.
This is New York City. How soon are the paramedics going to get here? Like, you thought that was enough? Like, right.
Do something.
Like, you got to do more than just hold the crowd back. Like, why are they trying to get to him anyway?
Right, let's stand around this man.
Yeah. Like, what need does the crowd really have to get to Uncle Ben? Why are we holding them back? I mean, what,
Maybe
they gonna
one
eat
of them was trying to apply first aid.
Yeah, they may have. Like, no, you can't do that. We called the paramedics already.
Nursing crowd.
Yeah,
And
right.
they're like, sit back.
Stop. We called the paramedics. I'm like, okay, so we can. You're a first responder. Like you're trained. Like you got to do something. Don't just let them sit there.
They are trained to help.
Yeah. Like, come on, dog. What's up with these cops, man? The first cop wants Peter Parker to take out the criminal for him.
Yeah.
And the second cop called the paramedics. And now her priority is just to hold the crowd back. Who are they really trying to get to Uncle Ben that bad? I mean, like, come
I
on.
don't know. I never noticed it until this time when he was
Right.
like, why is that? He's just
There was no one around him except for Peter when he got
Maybe
it.
if we applied pressure to the
He may not have died. I'm like, come on,
could
man.
have at least done that. I don't know.
You're probably trying to tell Peter, hey, can you apply some pressure real quick before he died? Like, Peter,
He was a Peter.
like,
Well, you know, when you say that, I thought the same thing in this last movie. I was just like, you're not going to help her at all? Because I'm like, she
do
definitely
anything?
got hit by this thing. She's definitely in pain and dying.
yeah, oh, she got mollywops.
And then I was like, you should still get to her hospital just in case. Because, you know, she got hit by a car. Like,
Right, she got mollywops.
yeah, she got, yeah, you might want to check that out. No? Okay, all right. Well, she'll be dead.
Don't ignore it.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore this. Good job, Peter.
Coming up in our nitpicks, because, man, I got one. I got a couple, actually.
Okay. Are we ready to get to her? Or do we got more?
I think we need to finish out the movie, right? Like the plot and stuff
I
like that.
mean, yeah. We were saying the plot's good, whatever. Norman finds out he was like with Mary Jane. Do what you need with her.
And then broom her fast. I was
Okay, hold on.
Whoa.
That was super dirty,
That
but
was horrible.
Mary Jane's not a nice person.
I was about to say, she was gold digging.
She was because she clearly didn't like Harry. So why are you
Yeah.
with him?
Yeah, she didn't.
Clearly didn't.
She cheated on him multiple times, although with the same guys, but she cheated on him.
but it's just like
two
I was
different
like,
times.
Mary Jane's a jerk,
Yeah.
and I'm
She
like, first of all, Harry, read the room. This girl ain't feeling you.
Right.
But and then I'm like, if you don't like this man, why are you with him?
But
It didn't
then
make any
also,
sense.
Harry, after he saw her holding Peter's
Hand, yeah.
after his aunt got attacked by a supervillain, it's like, you were right, Dad.
Like, she was consoling him, man. Like, I mean, what do you want? We know. but like, yeah, like she's consoling him, dog. Like, I mean, obviously there was more there.
I mean,
But you know, like you would think that he'd think about that first. It's your best
You were
friend.
right. I'm like, did she get you the gold digging?
Yeah, did she?
she was getting there.
She
He's probably
probably
about to
would
pay
have.
for her acting classes.
He would
Yeah,
have. He would
I
have.
was about to say that. I'm like, well, Harry, you get you acting classes. Who can help you for real? All right, never mind. So, she's a child actress, okay? She's been acting for a long time.
What was she in?
Probably a better actor than me.
Oh, was she in E.T.? Was she the girl from
in
E.T.?
No.
No, that was
E.T.?
Drew Barrymore, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
You're gonna look it up. Yep, here she goes.
Look it up.
We live in the
Was she-
age of
Who
information.
was in Jumanji?
Was that?
That was
her?
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, that was Kirsten Dunst.
It was that
Yeah,
and
that
not
was her.
E.T.
Jumanji.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I gotta find out who was in E.T. I think it was Drew Barrymore. We'll
Yeah,
find
I
out.
remember that. Now.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
also, then she's like, "Thanks for sticking up for me, Harry."
I was like, but
He
did.
kinda did.
He started off sticking
Yeah, he
up
kind
for
of did.
me,
Yeah.
and then he just let his dad leave.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, did you want him to fight?
Fight him physically?
Yeah,
that's what I was figuring.
I'm telling you, I was like, oh, she is not a nice person. And then I was like, yeah, I don't like you.
No.
Like, thanks for sticking up for me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Did
He
you not
kinda
hear
did.
this whole conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
He
was like,
did.
"You're wrong about her."
Yeah, he won though. But
Yeah, his dad definitely won.
yeah,
'Cause with that broom her comment, I'm like,
He was like, arguing, and then his last statement was, as he closed the elevator door,
basically,
was,
go ahead, get at it. and then get rid of her.
And then
Get rid of her. I'm like, yo, man, like that's some old school. Like,
like, look, have your fun. And,
perfectly put. Perfectly put.
we need a couple more scenes.
It was too good.
See, I can't top that. I can't top that. But that, yeah. 2 for 2.
That's a new one. All right.
Keep these in my back pocket.
Yeah, keep those in there. 'Cause I like that one. Do what you do and then be through. Either one of those would have worked in the movie. Either one of those. But man, it's just low. Like to say broom her fast is to say that she's like dirt. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like,
she ain't nothing.
She's trash. I'm like, whoa.
That's messed
That's
up.
low, man.
That's messed up.
Messed up. To be honest, you know, throughout the series of Spider-Man, she made nothing.
That's my other question.
she was about to go dig with old boy's son, his army son.
Astronaut, man.
Yeah. Like, how'd that
I'm telling you,
happen?
Mary Jane is not a good person in these movies.
She's a
She
snake,
is
man.
an awful
And
person.
then she left him.
Yikes. Yep. Left him right at the altar and cheated on him with Peter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like, come on.
Loosey goosey. Clearly.
Yeah, no, she's not cool. What was I about to say? So in the comics, did she ever make it as an actress, or she just
so.
bad?
Yeah, I think she did make it out.
Oh, okay. So she's just awful
She
in
was
these
bad in the
movies.
comics.
Oh, okay, got it.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think she I think she was actually a good actress and stuff.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I wasn't sure because she sucked in this movie.
Because that's why her interest in the comics was Face It Tiger, you hit the jackpot.
Oh, he definitely did it in this movie. I don't like Peter. You can do better.
Like, yeah, she's lowly, man. Even old girl at the
She was not worth stalking.
No. Not the way he started.
No, and then I mean, like, okay, even think about it, right? She was with Flash. She didn't stop Flash from bullying him.
No.
Like, Peter, you chasing after this girl, and she like watching him while he pick on you.
Why did everybody look at Peter weird after he beat Flash? They're like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" Like,
They're like, Jesus, Peter, you are a freak. I'm like, no, y'all just some suckers. Like, y'all were looking for an easy battle. It didn't go that way,
Right.
and now y'all shook.
Yeah, now he being weird. Like,
Right.
get out of here.
I'm like, man, yeah, y'all better go on somewhere. But yeah, like Mary Jane been like dissing him the whole time. Even when he was taking pictures of her,
Yeah.
she just walked off without even saying anything. Like, okay, man, I gotta go. She just bounced.
Yeah, no,
Not a word to him.
no, she sucks.
Yeah, big time. So,
Trash. Trash.
Yep.
like, I
Over
ain't.
fast.
See, now that's gonna become part of my vocabulary.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Telling my sons,
I was about to say, don't tell your sons this.
I'm gonna do
I was
it.
like, that would be where I can't tell my.
I'm going to, especially with my youngest son. Wait, no, I can't say that on here. I'll tell you all about that later. But yeah, like.
Okay, so after that scene, he figures out Peter is Spider-Man because Peter's an idiot.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't do anything about that? You didn't think that was going to be a, yeah,
First of all,
at a
Peter,
very peculiar spot.
this was my nitpicks, but we're gonna talk about it. One, you can put your hand over that wound. You could have cut that blood drop. You could have done plenty of things. And then I don't know, if I get cut up by a giant spinny pumpkin thing, I wouldn't apply some first aid to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
make
think
any
so?
sense.
This is the second time
Yeah.
that he has done something like this, mind you. I'm going to wait for the nitpicks, but
Yeah.
mind you,
Yeah.
this is the second time
Yeah.
he's done something like that. Oh, my lip touched the mic.
Okay.
My lip like brushed the mic. It just felt really uncomfortable. but okay. But yeah, this is the second time
I
he's
was
done
just like, Peter, like, is first aid not a thing in this movie?
that. Yeah.
Like, there is no way I'm going to cut my arm like this and I'm not about to apply some first aid to it.
But he's a science kid, right?
Like, you're smart.
Yeah. He should know this.
Neosporin. I don't know.
Exactly,
Something.
something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'm like, bruh, like, if it's bleeding like that, you need first aid.
Right. Don't just let that wound be open.
Yeah, just all open in New York. Who knows what's in that air?
It's urine. Probably got in your bloodstream right now. Just from walking through the city, all that vaporized urine. Like, come on, man.
Like the air is heavy in New York. I don't know what it
It
is.
is. It's a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker. You gotta like really breathe hard. It's crazy, man.
You got all the diseases just trying to get back to Queens. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
This cat supposed to be smart. Come on.
Yeah.
I think not. It's an experiment for you. How many diseases you got from the beginning of the movie to the end? How many did you pick up? How many did you give to Mary Jane?
How did Mary Jane get to you?
True that.
All right, when she got attacked in an alleyway, I was like, who does this though? She walked past and they were like, hey,
It was very.
who does this?
It was like a very West Side Story kind of thing.
Yeah, they danced up to her. It was like, and she's like, "Oh, this is perfect. I'm trying to get into acting." But you know, she misread
It was
that
so
one.
weird because it was like 2 dudes and then 4 other people come from the side alley. And I'm like, where'd y'all come
Man,
from?
you guys really planned this?
Yeah, it was weird.
All right.
Just so she could be in danger again.
Yeah,
Right.
Spider-Man and Saber.
Yeah, like the 6th time in this movie.
Yeah.
Also, she was dating Harry then, and just like, I'm gonna kiss this
Just
guy.
this random stranger that she don't know.
Oh.
Also, why did
Why
he
didn't-
not have his mask on originally?
There was no reason for him not
Yeah,
to have
why
his mask
didn't
on.
Time.
Yeah.
It took 1 second after he beat up the guys.
Right. To put it back on. Yeah.
No reason
Like,
for him not to have a mask on. And then I'm sorry, there was enough light for her to see. One, how does she not know who Spider-Man is?
True.
The voice is exactly the same. He even said the same
You
words.
know who I am.
I was just in the neighborhood. They're like, hold on. Then 30 seconds later, did that goofy dude on the street just say that to me?
Yeah.
remember.
And if you say the same thing in a short period of time and it's the same voice, I definitely
Yeah, I'd be like,
I
oh
don't
wait,
remember
ain't you?
First of all, you remember stuff like that when they be like, man, didn't he say that a week ago?
Yeah. So definitely a few minutes,
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. It comes back to you like, hold on. Didn't Peter just say that?
Like,
what a coinky.
Yeah. Then he had like that squeaky voice. I was just in the neighborhood. You know who that is.
yeah, you know exactly who that is. He's not like Batman where he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, changing his voice.
it wasn't like that. We get out
Order me.
2 or 3 words per breath. It's like, yeah, it's not like that. So, yeah, you know who this is.
Yeah. Just ridiculous.
All right. But then you had to end the scene on a bridge where they were copying the part when Stacy died, actually, because that is the bridge that she died on.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a yikes.
Double yikes.
But of course, Mary Jane didn't die. He saved them
Maybe
both.
she should have.
But
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He saves the day. They get into a fight.
Yeah, and then Goblin dies in the funniest way possible.
The dumbest way
like-
possible.
But if Spider-Man got hit by the glider, it would have killed Green Goblin too.
Yes.
He's not going to stop that glider as fast as it was moving.
Yeah.
It would have hit them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that the plan?
Nah. He wasn't thinking that through.
Like,
He didn't think that through.
Maybe the blades weren't long enough to go through both of them.
I don't
so
know.
he just would have crashed into him at 100
But
miles
the
an hour?
impact though, that still hurts.
Yeah.
I feel like just your insides are squishy.
Yeah, that's what killed Aunt May. Same glider, by the way, right? So-
Yes.
Yeah, same glider.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, you see how Aunt May died, right? She was standing there talking like, I'm all good. Her inside was just like, nah,
It was
girl.
mangled. Like, yeah, you think you good, but we bleeding here.
Yeah.
And as all the Spider-Man movies end, we end on a funeral.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
When didn't she kiss Peter at that funeral? I'm telling you,
Yeah, she knew.
this girl
She
ain't
knew.
right.
She knew. Yeah, she kissed him at the funeral.
This girl ain't right.
I love you. You don't love me, Peter. Nah, I don't.
Nah. I thought about it.
I'm taking Norman's advice.
I'm just going to broom you. You already gave me what I wanted like a few times. So I'm just going to broom you now.
Yeah. So we ended. I did enjoy this.
I did. Yeah, I like the movie. I like the
I
movie.
enjoyed it. I thought it was still good.
It
I
took
thought
me 3 days to finish this movie.
Really? Wow.
It did.
Okay.
It's not that long.
I mean, she didn't like Spider-Man, but I thought she would like the first movie.
I thought I did, but watching it now, I was not. I couldn't get into it.
I can see why it kicked off like a lot of the superhero stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe back in the day, 20 years ago.
Now, it's not the best
It was-
in the franchise. but-
No, the second one's a lot better.
Yeah, I
The
do
second
that.
one's a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just this time around, I didn't enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Then.
I dig it.
Cool. All right. Well, then I guess we move on to movie facts.
All right.
Random movie facts. Movie facts.
Okay, so a little bit of casting. Elizabeth Banks auditioned for Mary Jane.
I would have taken that. I would have 100% taken that.
There's a lot of people I would have taken over.
Although, I mean, she doesn't really look like a Mary Jane type.
She does not. She got cast as Betty, which is such a nothing role.
Why'd they do that to her?
I know.
Mm.
But they told her
I
she
still would have
was.
taken her over Kirsten.
Yeah,
They told her she was too old.
Fair.
Yes.
How old was she?
She was 27.
Well, Tobey Maguire was what, 25?
Girl, like,
Tobey Maguire was 26.
Okay.
so come on.
Okay.
Tobey Maguire was 26. Jane Franco was 24. So I was like, she was in that age
What a complaint.
range.
I'm like, really?
And honestly, I think she looked younger than Kristen Dunst. Even though she got like 10 years on her, she
If they
definitely
put
looks
her in
like.
that wig, yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it was
with
like, she may have been older, but she might have
She's
been
definitely
better.
a better
Yeah.
actress than Kirsten.
that. Easily.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I would say so.
So she auditioned for Mary Jane. Okay.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio we talked about, which would have been just not gonna work. How you feel about Jude Law? First of all, how old would he have been?
Yeah, I was like, that. I'm only seeing modern day Jude Law. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did he look like back in 2002? I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause did he have the look back then? Because if he had the look,
He's always looked the same.
Yeah. I'm like, he doesn't look like a Peter Parker.
He does not. He has
know?
an intense face. And not in a bad way.
Well, yeah. You know,
Just it's like
Willem Dafoe has an intense face. Like,
I feel like Jude Law look at you like I could kill you right now.
yeah. He doesn't seem like a Peter Parker.
No.
Okay, I mean,
That's why
that work.
Yeah,
that's probably,
probably
what they were
why
thinking
he
too.
didn't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of I don't know. I'm trying to find what would he have been back in 1990, 2000 era.
I mean, that young Jude Law.
Yeah, a young Jude Law, which look exactly like old Jude Law.
Yeah. He was,
Just like Morgan Freeman. Young Morgan Freeman
I
looked
mean,
just
not-
like old Morgan
I
Freeman.
look the same way in real life.
Road to Perdition. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
that came out the same year.
That would have been a good look then.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have
Nah, it's
worked.
not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I think Tobey Maguire was a good choice.
James
Yeah.
Franco auditioned for the role, and they said no.
No, he got too much swag too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they offered him
He's
Harry.
way too confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they gave him Harry because apparently no one auditioned for Harry.
Nobody.
They said no one auditioned for it.
Harry Osborn.
Oh,
I
wow.
I can't be Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
We're obviously.
Okay. So
True that.
So James Franco had actually put together a script for this movie back in the late 90s. But by that time, people was like, no one really wanted it because superhero movies was up in the air. Studios was kind of afraid to do it or whatever.
Batman and Robin out there, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, so, so basically
understand
it's just, it took too long for it to come together. So by the time Sony got the rights to Spider-Man, James Cameron had moved on to other things. But he was going to do it with Electro and Sandman, which obviously got used later.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're talking about the James Cameron script. I heard that was insane.
Yes, it would have been this would not have been a PG-13 movie.
No, James Cameron. It was. I'm glad that didn't get made.
I thought it might have been interesting.
Yes, it seems very weird. It seemed very weird.
I kind of would have been interested.
It was deeper. It was deep. There was a lot going on. It was definitely a deeper movie.
Yeah, I'm like,
But it sounded interesting because they did take a lot of elements from that and put it into the later movies.
yeah, true.
And I mean, his choice would have been Leonardo DiCaprio, which he ended up casting in Titanic.
Okay.
So, whatever. I think it worked out for them.
Like, yes, he
Think
was
so.
young, but still not a Peter
Yeah,
Parker.
not a.
Well, he was already working with him, and he's probably like, here's a young guy who looks young, but I'm like, yeah, but he's not, Tobey Maguire, Leonardo
Yeah, you
DiCaprio.
gotta kind of fit that.
Those
that
are
persona,
two
man.
very different people.
Yeah.
They were together eventually. In the Great Gatsby.
And the great, great cast.
Oh yeah. Yep, but you see what roles they played though?
Yeah.
Two very different roles.
Fitting.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that would have been interesting. Actually, Cameron was the one that came up with the organic webs that I hate.
I hate you, James Cameron.
What, the ones that come out of him?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Why? What? For what reason did it need to be organic?
Well, I mean,
He had thoughts about it, and that's why.
What a kid can't come up with. He's
Basically.
supposed to be super smart.
But
He's
they
supposed to
don't.
be smarter
But they don't
than-
really portray him
Yeah,
as super
because
smart in
he
here.
did- Literally, they didn't think he was smart enough to do it. That's why he did nothing but create a Spider-Man suit. Which, okay,
Yeah.
you can have sewing skills, but this particular suit.
Okay.
that's like,
What
yeah,
did-
did you see the webs on there?
Yeah.
Like the
The
web
detailing?
pattern? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
embroidered.
Yeah, like how do you even do that?
Yeah.
Like, do they sell that at Joanne Fabric?
I doubt it.
Bruh.
And it couldn't be paste on.
You
Yeah.
did that.
There's no way.
And then like, how do you go from that little raggedy hoodie thing to that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I have to say
Didn't
about
make any
Amazing
sense.
Spider-Man. While the first suit was not that great looking,
Mhm.
it made sense for someone who just made a suit. Like
Mhm.
they used practical things. They used like sunglass lenses and
Yeah.
cut up different pieces. Of
Because that's like
Yeah.
if I'm making myself a Spider-Man suit, that's what it's about to be. It's gonna be a onesie pajama
Mm-hmm.
with a
With some
a
glasses,
Spider-Man screen
like
print
somewhere
on it.
attached to it somehow.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, the MCU hoodie suit, I think looks legit as the hoodie suit.
Which hoodie suit?
But yeah, what are you talking
His okay, so in the first movie,
Mhm.
when
Oh,
Iron Man takes the suit
in the
away, he
little
goes
clip.
to his-
Oh, yeah.
about?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how you go from that to this full blown fancy leotard? Didn't make
Yeah,
any
'cause
sense.
that, I mean, it was fancy. Yeah, the blue and the red.
Yeah.
Like
The
the
detailing-
webs, like you said, they were raised. They weren't like sewn like flat.
Yeah.
They were embroidered.
Yeah.
Like you could like there's
I'm like,
texture
you
to
got
that.
Some skills. Arme didn't catch you on the sewing machine. No,
No.
Exactly. Like you done stole Aunt May's sewing machine and she ain't noticed.
Mhm.
She
And
like-
what were the eyes?
Yeah.
What was that?
yeah.
Yeah,
What
was
were
that?
they?
You like because that had to be custom made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like come on.
She already thought you was acting weird and shit. Like the boy done stole my sewing machine.
Right. Like Peter, where's my sewing machine? I don't know. I mean,
Didn't make any sense.
you think she stumbled up into his room and find that costume
Yeah.
like Iron Man did, like when he found that costume, It's just like that. But nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't make any sense. Yeah. So are there any other? Yeah. So this was the third highest grossing movie of 2002.
For sure.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter was one or two.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hard to compete with
We're not
those.
beating those.
Yeah. So, the scene in the lunchroom where Tobey Maguire catches all of the food and stuff in the
Right.
Oh
lunchroom.
yeah, that was weird.
It was weird.
Rear.
Real.
Sorry, I probably made you do that.
You definitely mixed it up.
But that was real, yeah.
Yes. It took them, the one guy said it took them 156 takes. But
Man.
apparently still cheaper to see CGI. Boy, computers was expensive back in the day.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do it in a 56 try.
Yeah, I was like, I would never have gotten it.
I might catch like one or two things on there,
Yeah.
but not the way he did.
Yeah. So William Dafoe did most of his own stunts. And I was like, he was on a glider for 90% of it. Like, what are you talking about?
There ain't really
But
nothing
whatever.
And he was fighting.
I wrote it down because they mentioned it. I wrote it like, oh, he did his own stunts.
Okay. Appreciate
People
that.
don't they didn't fight.
Okay. So
It can be grueling.
them fights.
Not in these. I understand.
Did you see these fights?
The fights are They definitely were kind of cheesy. Definitely, like nowadays, it's a bit more
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. Like Tom Holland's fight with him was
With Green Goblin,
Yeah.
both times.
yeah, both times that was
Oh.
like
Mm-hmm.
rugged. Here though, it was like
Yeah.
pillow fights.
Okay. So they used a real spider for the spider bite scene.
Oh, he really got bit by a spider.
No, they didn't really bite him.
I'm about
with
to say,
a spider.
whoa, that's gonna add to my nitpick.
But the spider was real, and they painted it blue and red.
Oh wow, okay.
That CGI really wasn't that good.
Yeah, so like we have to because CGI is horrible.
That I'm like, yeah, go ahead and CGI it. There's no
Well,
reason-
I guess they said like, oh, we'll CGI it, but then Rami was like, no, So they got, and then he wanted to use a Black Widow, and they said no.
No, that's deadly.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So they said absolutely not. But it was a real spider that they painted red and blue for reasons.
Yeah.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
researched Black Widows?
Yeah, I was just like, you could use
Apparently
it.
they're less dangerous than we. I mean, they're still dangerous.
They're still
Yeah,
poisonous.
dangerous enough to where I don't want
And
to
then, like, how you gonna decide whether or not that spider bites you or not?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not taking a risk.
It's
First of all,
crawl on my hand. That spider. That spider really crawled on him.
yeah, but not Tobey Maguire. It was someone else's hand, apparently.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I'm about to say stunt double.
I'm like, so that's a no for me, bro.
No.
You see
Like,
that spider?
I'm not afraid of
that
spiders, but that's a
spider's-
big spider.
That spider's whatever back end was pretty.
Yeah, it was for fatty.
I'm like,
Like, no.
I don't
That one
trust it. I don't know
definitely-
what it is.
It was big.
What is that?
It was called a stung the spider. Starts with an S and end with an A. I don't know. There's letters in the middle.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a no for me, dog.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah. But they could use a fake spider. Why not use like one of the little rubber spiders or something?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Like, what, arachnophobia?
But arachnophobia also use real spiders.
I know.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
They yeah. I'm like, I'm out. I don't need to be in this movie.
Yeah. Like, pick another Spider-Man. I'm done.
Okay. Nitpicks.
Okay, nitpicks. Though.
Pick some nits.
Nits.
So my first one was about the organic webs. I know we talked about it, but seriously, he doesn't have organic webs. The web shooters.
Yeah,
don't
they,
do
with
this
the
to
Tobey
me.
Maguire Spider-Man, they missed out on the smart part of Spider-Man.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Yeah, we already talked about how he made that suit. I'm glad we've been stepping on my nitpick so much.
Sorry.
I know this is true for every movie, but why is his spider sense so inconsistent?
True.
Yeah.
It's
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you need it to not work.
it's simply because of that reason. Like sometimes we need it to not work. Just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's get to where we were talking about. So one of your genetically enhanced spiders go missing, and this lady just shoulder shrug, like,
They must be
Yeah, raising
working
them
on
up.
it.
yeah, you might want to be more
Well, they must
concerned.
be studying it.
No, they're not.
Yeah, nobody let you know.
No one
Seeing
let
as
you
how
know.
you were gonna
And
be
then,
touring.
if they were studying it, why not take his whole container with him? You took the spider out the container.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any
They carried
sense.
it in
and
what?
carried it with
It
yeah
carried
in your
it-
hands.
You put it into a jar.
Ooh, I
Like
got
it already has a carrying case.
It's like, come on, but like that's one thing. You notice it's missing.
Yeah.
You no alarm or anything like that. Then Spider-Man or Toby, I'm sorry at this time, gets bit by it.
Yes.
He sees the spider
It's
on the floor as a
super colorful.
yeah. It's all colorful and blue
Also,
and red.
guys, if you know anything about the animal kingdom, something that's super colorful, yeah, might want to be worried
Usually
about it.
poisonous.
First of all, when they said we've been playing with the DNA of these spiders and it bites me, yo, I'm
I'm
concerned.
suing for one thing
That-
because your spider got
He would
loose.
have owned Columbia.
Yeah, you would have owned all that, but
Yeah.
nothing goes through his head at that point. And then he gets home and just goes to sleep. But when he pulls that blanket up, that spider bite. You don't address that. You're not
Yeah.
going to address that
That's
at
what
all.
I'm saying. Like, and then when you start feeling ill, like, first of all, like, I get not going to the doctor. I'll be like, if it still hurts 3 days from now, then I get that.
After, but,
right?
if it looked the way it
But it's
did,
exactly
I'm
like,
going
I'm
somewhere.
like, okay.
but even time, but like every time you have like a rash or something, you be like, if it gets bigger,
Yeah, a rash.
See, it
That's a
was-
spider
that's
bite.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like he
Yeah.
does not. He gets home. He's sick, right? I don't know how long it takes to get from Columbia to Queens, but let's say it takes an hour. If I'm feeling that bad, I'm like, I'm calling because you
Yeah.
know you got bitten by a weird spider.
Yeah, genetically engineered, so you don't really know
Yeah.
what.
And I'm like, I'm probably dying now.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And
my
then-
DNA strength.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the bite was the size of a golf ball.
Yes.
And you're just like, I'm just gonna lay on the floor in like in cold sweats. Nah. No.
Yeah, I can't even lay on my bed because I'm feeling that bad.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, anytime you
I
laying
know
on the
that.
floor, you that sick, it's time to go to the doctor.
Come on, Peter, you're smart, right? You should know that.
Not this Peter.
He's just
Yeah.
a nerd.
It didn't make any sense. Like, oh hey, a spider is missing. I got bitten by a string spider. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You come home in cold sweats. Like, it's cool. I'm just gonna lay down. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna wake up.
Yeah, like this gonna be your last lay down.
Yeah.
Like that's your burial
And then-
blanket.
So, did this spider just not bite anything else again afterwards? There should be like some super rats or something out there, right?
Yeah, because it just
Spiders
crawled away.
usually, like, first of all, I'm surprised that it bit him like spiders in general just don't go around biting things. Like,
True that. Yeah.
You know, I don't know why it went down anyway and then crawled on him and was like, yeah, you know what?
True that. True
I
that.
mean, it can happen, but yeah.
I just thought that was
Yeah.
odd to ignore all of that and just keep moving on with it.
It was a lot to just pretend like wasn't nothing going on.
Yeah.
Just
Like nobody else noticed that either. Like it was on the train and it was big.
yeah.
And it grew fast because that's the same day.
Yeah, anytime something swells up that big, that fast.
Yeah. I'm like,
oh, this ain't right.
this is the outside of my body. What's going on inside? Like, that's what I would be thinking.
Definitely a problem.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Yeah.
But actually, no, the spider probably died soon, I guess.
Does it? It's not like bees.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Not because of the bite, but it's just probably
Just
died.
because, oh, okay, well, I mean, that was an
But
expensive
yeah,
spider.
I was like, they did it the way they did into the Spider-Verse. He got bit.
It's like-
It's like
I do like that part.
Okay, so, there's no way them kids in that school don't know he's Spider-Man, right?
I was thinking that when he webbed
The lunch tray?
The lunch tray?
Yeah.
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 Now, Spider-Man doesn't exist at that point, but once Spider-Man starts swinging around and you see the
Yeah.
webs and stuff, you're like, wait,
Wasn't that one kid walking around?
something you forget.
That's not something you
Right.
forget. And then all of a sudden he's doing flips and stuff when he's fighting Flash. Like, bruh.
Yeah, he beat Flash.
And like going
Yeah.
out, jumping on top of buildings and screaming all the live long day.
Yeah.
like
Everyone sees this.
yeah, like you're not ignoring that, man.
Nah.
Like I can get the fact that when the little Macy Gray concert happened, there was a whole lot of hoopla, so people didn't really notice him pull them people back.
Yeah.
Probably didn't notice him running through the streets with
Jack
chest out.
Superman run. I was like, nobody sees this man.
like
Pull open his shirt with a
They're in New York. They're in New York. No one cared. No one. They was like,
somebody saw that, man. Like yeah.
Somebody saw
Like, I
that.
feel like somebody saw that. Everybody ain't so close to the disaster that they have to run. Some people are just looking on.
It wasn't
So-
their smartphone. So.
They couldn't prove it.
hey, those flip phones had cameras. Might not have been great, but they had cameras.
Yeah, you can't. You couldn't really go on that though. Like it's just blurry polygons compared to now.
Okay. So we talked about Mary Jane.
Why did that ledge take so long to fall?
It was built well.
Was it?
This is definitely not a taxi bill.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
We gave her too much time.
Okay. So the Green Goblin, that's who it is, right? The Green Goblin. Yeah, yeah. So he used poisonous gas on Peter, knocks him out, takes him and says, "I'm not going to kill you for whatever dumb reason."
Because we should team up.
For whatever dumb
Yeah,
reason.
for whatever the reason.
Why did he not use this poisonous gas ever again? Why did he not use the pumpkin bombs that turned you into skeletons ever again?
That's
Yeah,
true.
never use those again. That was the only time he used that.
We vaporize them.
Yeah. Spider-Man should be super dead.
Yeah,
True.
he's not that strong.
I'm like, why are we not? He has vapor bombs. Like, why are we not using this?
That's true.
Like, he could, and then he throw like the little razor wire things that fly all willy nilly. I'm like, this is when you blow him up, or use your poisonous gas that knocked him out. Didn't make any sense. I didn't get it. I mean, besides movie.
Yeah, we need him for the movie.
Yeah.
It's called Spider-Man, not
Well,
Green
yeah.
Goblin.
It's like that with every villain in every movie. It's like, you definitely could have killed the hero.
Yeah, easily, multiple
Yeah,
times.
which brings me back to my last nitpick. We had talked about some of the other ones, but so Spider-Man got Mary Jane in one hand, right, and the cable car in the other. Why didn't Goblin just cut the cable to the car?
He could have.
Well, when his glider cut the cable, that he did thick cable.
He has bombs.
Didn't he already cut it?
He had cut it once.
Yeah,
he
he
can't
cut
cut
it
it
one time.
again.
You could have just threw a bomb in the cable.
Yeah, he like busy
yeah,
trying
true
to
that.
attack Spider-Man. I'm like,
Well, I
bruh,
think
like
he was more worried about hurting Spider-Man than killing all the people. He didn't really care.
he has no problem with killing, right? You want to make
Yeah.
Spider-Man feel bad? Kill the kids.
I think
That would have hurt me.
No, but you know what? I think it undercuts. He wanted the kids to die because Spider-Man couldn't save them. It's a bit different. If
But
you told him
isn't
go
it?
to it
But
and then-
isn't that the same thing though? Because think about it. Spider-Man chose to save Mary Jane.
He
So
definitely did. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, like in slow motion, the car's falling behind him.
Yeah,
He's running
like,
towards Mary
I
Jane,
hope I can get
and all the
both
kids,
of them.
on there are like, "What the?"
So I think the impact would be the same because Spider was like, "Hey, I did it both," but then not really because then I can still get these kids away from you. I think it would have been the same.
Maybe.
Okay. I can see it.
I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
But I can also see why he was just attacking Spider-Man.
Or just throw your bombs.
Actually, you could have thrown a bomb.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right then, because Spider-Man can't stop it.
Exactly.
Throw a bomb at him.
So even if Spider-Man survives,
Yeah.
Mary Jane is dead and so is the kids.
Yeah, they both died. Because Spider-Man,
Yeah.
got hit by a bomb.
Yeah, like, he had all of these bombs and then conveniently doesn't use them anymore.
Because movie.
Well, whatever. Just...
And, of course, we have our obligatory New York. You mess with one
None of us, you mess with all of us, Holmes. But yeah, they were throwing everything at him. But even if that little cart hits the water, though, like, they still got time to, like, get the kids out of there, right?
Get out of there, right?
Yeah, they still got time. Like, 'cause that boat was coming.
They could have swum out.
I don't know. We're talking about the kids.
The boat was coming, though. So, like,
The barge? The most convenient barge ever?
Yeah.
How about you in this water right now?
Like, we're going to bring it right up underneath you, and you drop it right on here. I'm like, shit, he right there, dog. You can hear your whole plan.
I'm like, Mary Jane, you jump in the water.
Right. You probably know how to swim.
Like, at this point, you jump in the water.
Or you're in acting class. Act like you know how to swim.
Yeah.
While I save these kids.
Yeah, so
and
you
then.
ever fall and then grab onto the fish.
She'd have been dead, right?
From the bridge, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like from where Green Goblin.
Well, I'm just feel like super convenient. Like, oh, you're just gonna catch this
But
like
I
this.
think
Okay.
from where Spider-Man had her, she would have been able to dive into the
No,
water.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree. He didn't have to keep holding her like that. They're like, oh, climb down, Mary Jane. I'm like, just let her go. See if she swims.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
fall
right.
down
I'm
that.
like. Yeah, I definitely would have dropped her, though. I'm like, look, it's kids and it's you.
Say the
Sorry.
kids.
I mean, if you could go save her afterwards, I would have ran after the cable car first, though. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it was the smart choice because he wouldn't have been able to get the cable car and then go get her.
But my thing
It
is,
was easier to
why?
let her swing over to the cable car. So it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Why does he love her so much? She really hasn't done anything to earn
He was
this
in love
love.
with her since he was 6 years old.
Harry himself said he cares about nobody more.
For what?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, really? You care about
He's
this
just
chick?
infatuated
She
with
ain't
her,
really.
to be honest.
Yeah, he's upset.
Because I'm like, there's nothing about her that would be like, oh yeah, okay.
Right. He's non-violently obsessed.
I mean, to be honest, the Amazing Spider-Man relationship between Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man was much better.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Agreed.
All right. So are we rating then?
Yes.
All right. I pay for
I
that.
pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst
Oh,
movie ever.
What is
It's gonna be a watch by folding clothes for me.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
No,
Gonna be.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm being nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. It's
Cool.
pure torture.
Definitely not.
No, I mean, does 3 days to watch a movie, is that pure torture? It's close.
I don't know why it took you. There's other variables here. There's other variables here. Why did it take you 3 days to watch it?
I didn't enjoy it, so I wanted to stop.
Not as many variables as I thought.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I liked it. I was sitting there eating. I'm like, oh, what you gonna do, Spider-Man?
We had.
I really, I went all out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fit it in.
So, all right, from 3D Rivals, that is, and I pay for that, which is a 4 out of 5 or 8 out of 10 for the movie. I think it stands up,
That's not bad.
to be honest. Yes, are there much better superhero movies? Yes, there are. But I think this kind of establishes something. And there's a quirk about this Spider-Man. Like, I still think Tobey Maguire did a good job as Spider-Man.
None of them were bad. Like, I mean, Andrew Garfield is good in his own different way. To me, I think Tom Holland is the better of the two. I think he kind of captures.
I think he does the best at getting everything.
Yes,
Like, kind of like.
that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. He's like the best Spider-Man kind of like overall, yeah. Like the.
I think they were
overall-
all three of them are different Spider-Mans. Like the Amazing
Yes.
Spider-Man is a different,
Yes.
like Peter than
I think Andrew Garfield did great in his. It's just the
the story.
Well, the second movie, like the first one was good, I thought.
Yeah.
The second movie is just like you guys were doing too much. Just kind of like how the third Tobey Maguire is like you guys were doing too much.
Yeah.
And it hurts, so.
Yeah. It does. This is true. All right. Well, those are our thoughts on Spider-Man. We did a playthrough of the not a full playthrough, but we started a playthrough of the Spider-Man 2018 PS4 video game. So that's up on the channel if you guys want to check that out. Of course, like and subscribe to our channel so everyone else can hear about us as well, and you can listen to new podcasts as they come up. If you're listening to this on any of the podcast platforms, make sure you leave a rating and review. With that being said, again, thanks so much for listening and watching, and we will catch you